Have I gone live? I think I gone live. I didn't put. What happened there? I didn't even press nothing. So it's Tuesday, isn't it? That's caught me unawares. I must have pressed the wrong button. So obviously nobody's going to be in at the moment because I've sort of suddenly pressed it. Even though I got one thumbs up, that's by Mr. Nobody. And if you notice, I'm sat the other way. Who we got? We got George. He's in. Top man, George. Well done. Everybody else is top people. Annette, you nearly made it. But you're top lady anyway. So today's the 28th of November. Believe it or not, even though it's a bit of a manky day, it says it's 21 in the shade, but it was warm today, I must say, but I don't think it was 21. But anyway, hey-o. So, yeah, 21 today. But it is a little bit chilly. Now, funny enough, it's been cloudy all day. They did say it's going to be cloudy. And for those that have come over for the week or coming over a holiday, just to make it a little bit sad. Now, at the moment, because I said yesterday, we could do with some rain. It sounds like, at the moment, Friday could be a possible day of a wet one. But, hey-ho, it could change. But, yeah, weather's been a bit dry lately. But we are looking for some rain, but I don't like it. So, hopefully we won't have it. So, Betty Swallocks, the guy that won the free sticker on Sunday, he did make some sort of contact, but I still haven't got your details, buddy. So just get hold of me somehow. I think you joined my Facebook group. You just need to get me on to Messenger, and then you can send me your details, and it'll be in the post. So today's Wednesday. Yeah, no, today's Tuesday, isn't it? So, looking at my piece of paper, I've got a question from Stephen, and he's asked, let's put that down a bit, because it's just a little bit high there. That's it. That's good. So you can see the weather beyond me. It's not, it's not bad. I'm not complaining. That's what got me out on, because it's a little bit cold on my ears. Anyway, Stephen was asking, was you both resolute, or did anyone have reservations about the move? I know your mum and dad had done it, which may have given you the confidence. What was the most worrying part of the move and the most difficult? Thanks for brightening my day, says Steve. So I know what he's on about. I mean, do we have reservations? I mean, at the end of the day, it is a big step, and we'd obviously sold up in the UK, so we had no home, so things could have gone pants, and so I think you're always going to be a little bit worried. It's no point in saying you're not going to be worried. It's obviously a new adventure is amazing, but there is a lot to worry about. But I think once we come over here and we liked the area, we obviously hadn't finally decided that we'd be here, obviously, but we decided that we was going to do the move. And I think that's one of the things I've learned in life. If you're thinking about something, just do it. Because if you don't do it, you'll still be thinking about it before you hit the big maker up there. Guys, if you want to move to a country, be it Canada, Australia, I mean, I think I've always, ever since I've been young, even before my parents moved, I always had ambitions of moving abroad. Canada was probably one of my biggest ambitions. I don't know what it was. I just liked the idea of going to Canada, even though I know now I probably wouldn't have survived because of the cold weather. Because when they get cold stuff, they get cold. And I know quite a few Canadians that have come here because they couldn't stand the cold. I mean, another place I did think about when I was much young, I'm talking about when I was still at school, obviously, was Australia. I think during our day, Australia was still quite a new place, bit of a place for bit like those people that moved to America, innit? You know, new life, new whole aspect. But to me now, it's a bit far for me. Australia, I don't know if I could cope with Australia on the plane. Being bad enough flying to places like Hong Kong and that. Whole day of your life gone. But yeah, so yeah, I think obviously, as you said, obviously my mum and dad had help because they'd moved here and we used to come and visit them. So that side of it, yeah, that obviously did help as well. So yeah, I think if you are going to a place, I think it's a good idea to check it out a few times first, just to make sure, because I think one of the main but one of the main things is that obviously the different climate. I wouldn't say it didn't get that cold, you know. I mean, it's chilly in there. I'm not going to say it's not, but I think as long as you got heating of some sort, you'd be all right. I mean, you might get. I mean, we had snow here. I put a video up, didn't I? I think the first year I've been here, we had snow, but it only lasted a day. And I think during my 7 years here, I think we had a bit of frost once. But other than that, that's not so bad. But obviously during August, up in the 40s, it can get a little bit unbearing. You always think, oh, we'll be outside, but you just can't be out. It's just too hot. You have to be in the shade. You have the aircon on. It can get, but it didn't last long. And you know, yeah. So how are we getting on with that part of it? What was the most worrying part of the move? I think the worrying part was obviously getting it all together. Obviously, just before we moved, obviously we got the we was waiting. You know, obviously, and when it all went through, it was in a link, as you know, like most things are when you're selling property, it was in a link, and it was going on and on and on, and obviously we got the go ahead for December, a week before Christmas, and obviously the people that we wanted to book the removals I'm on about, they just couldn't do it because they, you know, you couldn't give them a fixed date, and once you did want to use them, they said we're too busy, so we had to put it in storage. So that was a worry because obviously it's all about cost then, because we didn't know how long it was going to be in a warehouse, and then organise another company to go and bring it over. Now we're here, we could have used loads of companies here. I mean, you got a couple on campus, so we got Lords, you got that night freight thing. Yeah, and obviously the other thing was we didn't really need to bring over all the stuff that we did bring over, but that was a worry at the time. And also we had got the dog, and the dog was pretty easy. Bonnie had a passport, she had all you know, things that are supposed to have injections and things like that. But we had a bird, we had a lovebird, and my wife, well, you would have thought that would have been the most easiest, but the bird had to have some sort of test, and that was sort of, we had to wait we had to wait a month, I think, for this certificate, and without the certificate, the bird couldn't have come. Now, I'd have been quite happy just to let the bird out, but the wife, the wife wasn't. Anyway, that all come together, obviously, about like a day before we moved. What else? And the most difficult. I don't think anything was difficult really. Once we got here, obviously we hadn't got a home. We re-rented because we thought, just in case we couldn't find a home, maybe we would have moved on somewhere else. So that, I suppose, that would have been difficult in a sense because you want to be settled, but thankfully it just all slotted in. So I still think it's luck. I think luck's got a lot to do with it in life. Yeah, and obviously the wife, you know, with the kids, I think that's another subject that comes up every now and again about the kids. But thankfully, our kids are all over the place. I mean, I'm talking about France, Germany, UK, and obviously you got, you know, the likes of FaceTime, and things like that, which helps a lot as well. So Steve, I mean, I will say straight away, best thing I ever done. If we could have moved earlier, we would have done. And I think the only thing that made us move straight away really is when we both got made redundant, and it was in our 50s. I don't care what people say. People taking on people in their 50s. You're on the slag heap. I couldn't get. I mean, I was with 3 or 4 agencies, couldn't get a job because I was too old apparently to them. So yeah, that gave us a shift, because if we were still working, we probably would have worked up until our pension age, and then obviously Brexit would have kicked in, and that would have made even things more difficult trying to move here. So Steve, hope that's answered the question. Best thing I ever done. But thank you very much for the question, very much. Right. So I got tomorrow's. Yeah, I mean, I got a load of questions. You know, I asked the other day for some questions. I got loads now. Like I said, take this up. So, Betty Swallicks, the Sunday sticker winner. I need your contact details, but I know you've tried, but I just need obviously your name and address. That's on the way. I've said it's been 21 today. It's a little bit cooler than now. Tomorrow the sun's back out. Now they're saying 35% on Fridays. It might be a chance of rain, but we'll wait and see on that. So yeah, that's it. I've got 27 in the house. I've only got, is that? Oh yeah, 16. I don't know what I think I mentioned it before. My glasses. I think my eyesight's starting to go a little bit. So I must try and get that sorted out in the next week or so. Yeah. So very much as always. I would turn it around, but you're not going to see nothing at all if I turn it around that way. You can see the pool. It didn't look very warm. I think we're probably talking about 14, 16. So Keith's in there already. He's jumping the gun. But anyway, as Keith says, adios amigos. I'll catch you tomorrow.